so I don't forget that too much. All right, so we are looking for an icon for like a go back. Now there's so many of these. Now this is Google Fonts. They've extended to icons too, which you can download in PNG format or SVG for web, but they can be used in any kind of project, which is really awesome. So let's search for back. Okay, so there's like any of these like sort of back arrows could probably work. Now, the other thing I'm looking for is like perhaps select. I guess the back button sort of looks like a left arrow, like one of these, inside an oval, which I don't think I have in here. I doubt they would have that. No, of course not. Like this isn't really a gaming logo site or icon site, so not terribly surprising that they don't have that here. Let's see. I do have, you know, I might need to re-download it. What is it called? It's the let me re-log in. Let's see, grab, okay, stay over here. I think, okay. Library, come on, stop opening over there. Library, want to reinstall you. Okay, reinstall. So this is a list of the Kenny game assets, which is pretty good. I don't know if I've ever used them. Maybe for one of those experimental things I used one of the little characters for running, but like not in a real serious thing. Let's open you up. Okay, so here's these Kenny game assets. I would want 2D assets. Do you have some game icons? We'd want the white ones. This looks like it might have it. Select. There. Okay, so buttons. So that one could possibly work. Now in that case, we might as well just create it ourselves, right? If it's just like a background. Is there a better select? In which case, I wonder if it'd be better for me to just like do one of the things where I have like an image of the controller and then like just pointing towards like what those do. That might be better. Cause like I don't know, like select exit, that I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm gonna probably think about that for later. And we're gonna come back, and I'm just not gonna put the back button in. We're just gonna make it so that we can exit back out to where we came from in our code. So that is over here. All right, so we We run this. I opened the wrong window up, didn't I? I want to open up you. Yes, okay. This is better. Or go around. Okay, so we can come down to settings, we can hit start or A, and we come here. Now what I want to do is I want to be able to hit back. So the back button, or probably B, like either of them could work, back button or B, and have it take us back to start. But I also want, when I'm in play mode, so I can come to play here, I want to be able to hit start, and it takes me to the settings, and then back, takes me back to the select level. So maybe let's start with when we're in start. So that way there's like 2 ways for me to get there. Don't want you, what do I care about? I think there's gonna be an input handler. We have commands for like the select up, select down, those are fine. We have the events, navigate to, that's fine. Okay, input handler, title screen. Handle controller input. Right, okay, so when we're in start, right, so south and start are both handling select in its world. Okay, so we come over here to handle select world. We query to get what? The selected components and the navigate to components. We find what we've selected. So we have a wrap selected. If we're not selected, continue. Okay, so wrap navigate string. Okay, so let our navigate to this. So I guess it's gonna be slightly different now. This is the title screen. We need a new one for the level select screen, because that's where we're going to after this, right? We're going play down to level select. Yeah. Okay, so we want level select .rs. And what do I need in here? Oh, I guess it's just going to be handle the controller input. So pub struct level select input handler. Don't know if we're storing anything inside, which means I can now just store this in here. Now, oh, we are going to store something inside this event sender. So the event sender is going to be it's a sender, not an event. Okay. Crossbeam sender, gonna send an event. All right, now we can come back to here and store this away. So we're gonna have our level select input handler. We can create this here. And this is also going to be, so we need to clone this now, and then we can give sender, we don't need to clone anymore. And then down here. All right, next things up. When we handle the controller input, we're going to get our button and our world. And when we're in navigation, so we're going to need to make sure we have a navigation set up for this. And then so probably something like level select is what we want in the navigation. Then we're going to come here. So let's maybe add that. The navigation, we're going to have a level select. Okay. In loaders, we have to be aware of the different navigation here too. Oh, it's level. Select level. Oh. I already have it. I just named it select level. Okay. I'll just keep it as that for right now.
I am who I say I am.
You're good to go. Okay, so in this case, in this one, we're gonna go into our level select, and we're gonna run handle controller input. Now it looks like we can make this be a trait. So I'm gonna add that in up here. So trait, handle input. And we're gonna have a function. That, which takes a world and a button. Okay. So the world is gonna be a just a reference to the world. And the button is gonna be a, I guess you could be just a reference. No, it's gonna be the full button. So we're gonna take ownership. We're gonna give ownership of the button to this function. And we're gonna return a result with, I don't think we care about what's in it. Okay, so let's input this for level select here. So this is the handle input for, and that the main reason I'm using a trait here is just so that I don't forget what this is and constantly have to check it. This will make it a lot easier on myself, or at least a little bit easier. Okay, so I have this when the button is, so we know that we're in the level select input handler is like where we're currently at. because that's what this is running here. So we can actually run this now. So when we're in select level, self dot level select dot handle
Inhale and exhale.
You did that. Handle input controller. Why can't I see you? Okay, level select, is this level? Level select. It's a new of that, and we're turning self in here. So why can't I see handle input? No method for it. Found the following associated functions to be used as methods. Functions must have a self. Oh, I forgot self. Yes. Yes, very important. Okay, there we go. That's why I couldn't find it. So in here, you're gonna yell at us that we don't have self. There we go. Okay, so now we know we're in here, so we want to check to see what the button we're pressing is, and then that's the event that we're sending off. So we want to match on this button. Now there's tons of these. What I care about right now is east, which is the B button, and select. So we could do select first, but they should really be the same thing. So if they should be the same thing, then we should create a function for this. So the function should be basically go back. Send back event. Okay, so our event is gonna be event. We're gonna navigate to navigation. Now, here's the problem. How do I know where I just was? I think we need like the previous page. We need the previous page somehow stored. Now navigation. How would I want to store this? Like I could just have everybody listen to the navigation events and we just store that away, but that doesn't seem like it's secure enough. Like too many things could go wrong. If we look at navigation here, I could include maybe like a turn. Could have navigation be a destination? So let's say like right now, I have it be the title screen. So you're just gonna go navigation, title screen. I guess it would be a toString. Oh no, I don't think that's here. I think that's at this point. And then we're gonna do a self dot event sender, send event, and we'll do that. Now when we hit east, we're gonna do the send back event. And when we do select, we're gonna do send back event. Incompatible types. Oh, right. Question mark. Okay. So this is, I think, all working now. Let's find out. Now, by working, I don't mean it's gonna go back to the appropriate page, but like it comes back to the settings screen. So if I go to settings and I hit back, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Is it not wired up? What's our warning? Unused variable world. Nothing else is complaining. I wonder if we're actually getting into the appropriate, like this place. So handle controller input, I'm gonna put a debug in here. So hit button. Let's try this again. So to begin with, yeah, going up and down, I don't hit this. I can hit settings. Now if I go up and down, oh, nothing is happening even when I'm pressing buttons. Okay, so handle controller input isn't happening in level select mode. So current navigation is wrong. Current navigation is just a navigation. Yeah, it's set to like whatever. It could be the title screen too. It looks like this gets changed. We are receiving. Okay, we're subscribed to navigating to the navigating to the title screen. I'm a little bit curious. If I debug navigation title screen to string, what do I get? I get, title screen. I don't get the full thing. Because I don't think that there is such a thing as like just navigation to string, right? Yeah, there's not. Okay, so I need to navigate title screen. I need to subscribe to both things. So this is also going to be event navigating to navigation select level. So if I do that, does it work? Okay, go to settings, hit back. No, okay, so that still doesn't work either. So I need to know what am I really sending here? So I'm sending this like event navigating to, so my event system maybe not working either. Let's debug this. See what this is. Okay, so navigating to is what is stored. Okay, that makes sense. So the event that we're listening to is navigating to. So that's what's to-stringed. And then this is stored inside of that as the actual event. Now when we go to, so we're in level select. We never get here, right? Because this debug never happens. So we never get to this point. Like it never runs. So level select, handle controller input. Like that doesn't run at all. So I'm curious of maybe debugging our self.current navigation. Oh, and this only happens on controller input. Okay, so we have that navigating to. We're going to come down to settings. We're on title screen. I'm going to hit A. We're on title screen. Now we're in settings. Oh, I put this in the wrong one, didn't I? This might work in select level. I think I put this, I think I created the wrong one. I was thinking about settings and how do I want to deal with this? I probably just want to create like another one for settings, but now that we're in level select, let's see if we can just have it actually go back appropriately. So in the mod, I don't want select, okay, level go right. Let's choose play. And okay, now this is okay, so working. I can go back and forth here. And then I want to do the same thing for settings. So I want to create another one of these. This is settings. We know that we're gonna have some kind of like event sender. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have there. We're also gonna import handle input for that. Okay, and then this should be fine. So return an okay. And in this case, what's going to happen is when we get this button, so we're going to match on the button. We're going to get east, and select is also going to bring us back. So we're going to want the same sort of like function here. So function send back event. And then for you, we'll create the event and then we'll send it. Okay, so what is that? That's going to be the event. Navigating to navigation, and this says right now, just the title screen. And then here, so in east and in select, we're going to do the same thing, self dot send back event question mark. All right, so then back into mods, we want to store this away. So this is the settings. You're gonna be clones now. Then down here in settings, we'll have a self dot settings, handle that, passwords within. There we go. So I think that amount of code will allow me to just go back and forth between these. So I can go in settings and come back to here using either of those buttons. And I can do the same thing in level. Bear C2I, hello. Good morning. Okay, so I can move back and forth. Now, I don't have another sort of like page to do a proper test with, so I can't go like play, which selects level, then I can't like select the level and then hit back to come back to select level. But that's exactly what we want to do. So the question becomes, you know what we should add in? A quit. Should add in like the ability to quit the game too. That might be helpful. Let's add in a issue for that. Never quit. You're not allowed to quit. You started this game. You're playing forever. Okay, so where's our GitHub? Here it is. We're gonna go to here. This is gonna be a player story. As a player, I want to quit the game. Success criteria. Can I quit the game from the title screen? I think that's where I would want to quit the game officially from. Let's see. So, projects, milestone. This is probably an alpha one. Actually, I can yeah, I'll make an alpha. Okay, so create that. Never quit, always play. Yes, indeed. Okay, so how would I know where I came from? I need some kind of maybe vector of like our navigation, like where we're going to. So I'm thinking that navigation should really be a struct. We probably have like navigation destinations, and those can be that can be the enum. But navigation could then include like where maybe just a vector of the places we've gone to. You just waved in my restaurant trying to clear your pop-up. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's update navigation here. So just to make sure we're in a good state, I'm actually gonna create. Did I even take this? I don't think I did. Assign it to myself. Create a branch. Then we can just do, this is like going back to title screen. Then I can easily, when I do a pull request, I could easily squash these all together into one commit. All right. Navigation, where are you? So we have this navigation under states. I'm thinking now that we need to move navigation out of states and into just its own thing. It's like a full thing that we just have, and we can pass around the navigation too. So in source, we're gonna have a navigation, which means we need a mod in there. Head back over to the main library and register it. Okay, so I want a pub struct navigation essentially here. And we're gonna have to have like the list of all the places we've navigated to. So let's call that the history. And you're gonna be a vec of, and so then this is where we also need those navigation states. So I'm gonna create another file here for that. That's gonna be the screens essentially. So it's gonna be pub mod screens. So then you're gonna be a pub enum navigation screens. So this is where we're gonna have things like title screen. We probably don't have to have it like screen. It'd be like title, title, level select, settings, credits. And back in here, so you're gonna be a vec of navigation screens. I don't know what else I need to care about in this, so I'm just gonna import this navigation. I guess we don't need to carry anything about this. We need the event sender and receiver. Is that right? Or is other things just gonna be calling on this? I think we need the event sender. No, we need the event receiver so we can, okay, so we need the event receiver at the very least. And so you're gonna be a receiver, which is a crossbeam or event. So that means we're gonna have the event manager. Is a mutable reference to the event manager. We're going to return a... I don't think that we need to return a result for this, but I don't remember anymore. So we're going to return a self. All right, so history is going to be equal to an empty vector. We're going to have nothing in it to begin with. And our event receiver is going to be equal to the event manager, and we want to subscribe. Let's do events to subscribe to is going to be a vec. Okay, so then the event, so event navigating to, and then in this case, I don't think it really matters which one it is. Let's just say title screen. Oh, now this takes a navigation. So this is where I actually want to change this. Right now, we'll just keep it the same. Navigation, we'll just do, did I not pull that in? I did not pull that in. Because, oh, there's another navigation now here. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. So the event navigating to has to come down to this. Just a Safi. Hello, good morning. All right, so yeah, these states for navigation need to go. Like, we just need to get rid of you. And we've already got the other one. So at this point in time, I'm just going to delete states because there's literally only one of them in here. So yeah, not going to use that. When can you buy the game? Looks so good already. Yeah, it's going to be a AAA game. So like at least $70. And I'm sorry, but it's going to be on a PlayStation 5. So I don't think anybody's going to be able to play it. Nobody has a PlayStation 5. I'm not yet convinced they're real. Okay, well that causes all sorts of problems. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. What are we doing? So we have in navigation, we have these screens, and this is now going to be the big one. So we have like the navigation screens from this. We now need to go through every place. So specifically, let's start with events. So events navigating to, this is now going to be, you can get rid of you. And this is now going to be a navigation screens that we put into here. Got to get in before Nintendo goes from 2D to 3D level makers. Is that one that is the Super Mario Maker? Is that only 2D? I guess it's 2.5. No, yeah, it is 2D, isn't it? They don't have like a 3D stuff. I've never played any of the Mario Makers, so I have no idea what they're like. Yeah, that would be crazy if they made a 3D and you can make your own like Super Mario's 64 style like game with a level maker. Can you imagine the levels that people would come up with? It would be absolutely insane. Okay, and then we need you to implement copy. Just want to say hi. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi, just Sophie. So we're going to derive on copy. So that makes you happy here, which means we can come back to navigation and we can say, okay, navigation, navigating to navigation screens, and it doesn't really matter what this is. That's what we're that's what we're saving.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened.
There we go. So we get this receiver. And then we're going to do a self store in history and the event receiver. Now, what are you upset about? You need this to be, oh, it needs to be a string. So then here you are each to, no, not to owned, string, which is just going to be the navigating to part. That's the string. All right, so you're happy. Everybody else is really upset. So let's fix all those. So there is no more navigation. Okay, so this is navigating to select level. This is gonna be navigation screens, level select. Then, okay, so navigation title screen, navigation screens. Okay, so in our input handler, we have current navigation. This is, I don't want you, I don't want you to be tracking that. I want you to like grab that from navigation. So you don't need to track current navigation anymore. So you're not in there. And you're not being stored away. Okay. Now, event receiver. So we're going to subscribe to, I think we actually only need to look at one of these. This is going to be navigation screens title, because the to string is on the navigating to. So we don't need to like double event there. That debug, I don't need to debug you. Okay, so in here we need to figure out where we are right now. So this is an update. That means we need to pass in the navigation. So navigation is going to be a reference to navigation. Then navigation, we need to add some method on here to get the current. So a function, get current, navigation, like get current, yeah, sure, get current screen. And we're going to return a brand new navigation screens. So what that is we just look at the most recent event on the history. I don't want to like pop it off. I just want to like return that. So I want history dot, is there like a last? Dot history dot. I think it is, yeah. So last, it's an option because we might not be in one. Let's actually add to navigation screens like a nowhere. Like unknown. We don't know where we are. Okay, so we're gonna do self history at last. That returns an option. So we want a or else. So this is actually gonna be an unwrap. unwrap or else. And we get this function in here. And we're going to return a navigation screens unknown. After unwrap, oh, is it unwrap or else? Oh, it's unwrap or else. Okay, that's what it is. Then we're gonna do navigation screens, unknown. That's what it is. And you get returned. What are you upset about? Mismatched types found. Okay, so I want also this to dereference you. And that should auto clone out instead of like trying to remove it. I couldn't do that anyways because I don't have mutable access. So then this allows me to come back to where we're, okay, our current navigation. So we can get current navigation is going to be equal to navigation dot get current screen. And now we can do current navigation. Now update. Oh, this is trying to set the history for us. I don't need to do that. When we're navigating to, input handler doesn't need to care about this at all. So this one, never mind. Sort of wasn't paying attention to what this was doing. This can just be an ignore. Like we're ignoring this. We don't need you at all. Which means that in the new here, we don't actually care about going to this. Which means, as far as we know right now, we don't actually have to listen to our own events that we're receiving at this point. That doesn't mean we don't need it in the future, but if we don't need it right now, we shouldn't even store them. So event receiver, we're gonna get rid of. So I'm gonna get rid of you and not have you at all. Because somebody else is gonna be in charge of that, which means we don't do anything in update anymore, which means we don't even need this navigation. So all those get deleted. Okay, so we do need to grab the current navigation out of here though. So in handle controller input, we have access. Okay, we need the navigation. Which is going to be a reference to navigation. And here's where we're going to match navigation dot get current screen. All of these will change now. We'll fill the match arms. Okay, so then here, okay, so if we're on the title screen, we now want to do self dot title screen dot handle controller input, pass it in the world and the button, and we're good to go. If we're in level select, then self dot level select handle controller input, same thing. If we're in settings, do we have one for that? Oh, yes, we do. Self dot settings input. We don't have one for credits, and we don't have one for unknown. So we're not going to do anything for those. All right, so this is happy. Let's come back to settings now. Okay, so what's happening here? Send back event. So this is in settings. In the settings, we want, which is in the input handler, we know that we're sending the back event. So we're navigating to, this is gonna be the navigation screens. For right now, it's gonna be title. But is that true? Not really, because I want to go back. We need to navigate back, which means we want to remove what our current navigation is. So I want something like a previous screen. And then we're going to pop it off of the router, essentially, or navigation. So would this be pop? Essentially, I want to like pop off this, which would remove it and give ownership of it off. So if I have like something like come function, pop, this would have to be mutable reference to self, and we're still going to return a navigation screen. In this case, we're going to do self.history.pop. Unwrap or else. Navigation screens unknown. But in order to do this, I need access to navigation here. So navigation here is going to be a mutable reference to navigation, so that we're now navigating to, and this is now, so I want to pop, this be navigation.pop, and then after that, I want to go to navigation.getCurrentScreen. So like after we pop, then we go to this one. That's fine, except now we need to pass this in. So in handle controller input, we also need navigation, which is going to be a mutable reference to navigation. And then we can pass that in here. Okay, so that's not valid with, let's see, so let's go to, nope, that's the wrong one. Handle input. Okay, so then you need navigation here. This is a mutable reference to navigation, which means down here we have navigation. You now have to be mutable. And even though, oh, so like, look at this, we're doing this get current screen there. We're gonna definitely, guaranteed, we need to grab this out. So that current screen equals navigation, get current screen. That way, in each of you, I can now pass in navigation here and navigation here. Let's see. Expected function, found enum variant, current screen. I don't want to call you. Okay. So we're happy here. Level select. What's wrong with you? And an input. Oh, you need to. I would love if Rust Analyzer would just like auto-complete this for me too, but it doesn't know how. So navigation is a mutable reference to navigation. Now our send back event is going to be the same problem here. We don't want it to go to title. We want to remove the current one that we're on and go back at. So you need to have navigation. Then you can be navigation.getCurrentScreen, which means you pass in navigation here. Okay, the main library is next. Okay, so at the very beginning, we're doing this event sender to send like where we're going. But I'm actually thinking we can see like, so instead of sending this event that we're heading there, what if we started the entire game by stating that like we have something in our history right to begin with, which is that title screen. So what if we don't send the event right away? What if when we register our navigation system, which we're not even doing here, so that's an issue. Let's head back into navigation here. So when we create new, we have history. Let's set history to now be a navigation screen's title. Hey, it's not to be that guy, but is there a platform in a platform game yet? No, not yet. Yeah. No, it's one of the things is I decided as I was sort of like playing through this is I wanted to make it a little bit more polished, and like to practice a lot of these other things too, because like this entire project is really getting me ready for like having a more fully featured multiplayer game. So it's like all of the above, not putting it together. It's not only going to be practice for the level, the platform creation or like the level creator, but also everything else. So yeah, that's why I'm taking more time to do this and like making it better. So yeah. All right, so we have this. Let's head back over to here. Now, register. Okay, what's up with you? Right, now we need to pass in a navigation. So, which means we actually have to store a navigation. Let's do that here. Navigation is going to be a navigation. Which does mean, okay, the event manager and good to go there. And then navigation. Then down here, we can pass in a mutable reference to self.navigation. All right, only 12 errors to go. Okay, so could not find you there. Let's see down here. Okay, so this is in the input handler for the title screen. We're figuring out this is like the handle controller input. Okay, so when we're on the title screen, just try not to get bogged down trying to create fully generic subsystems. You could spend weeks doing this screen state stuff as you keep realizing all the edge cases and try to make everything abstract. Oh, that's a good point. I do have a plan for it, and so I'm just going through like the tickets and like going back and forth. I will try not to go too deep into it. But if I do, please let me know. then 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 I'll be like the proverbial like, slap over the head to like, hey, stop it. Build things, not subsystems. It is fun though. If that's any consolation. Let's see. So navigating to. So what are we doing here? This is the handle select. Oh, we figure out what we've clicked on, like what is selected when we press like start or A, and then we want to go into here. So navigation from this, navigate to, and then we have to send out. So this is where we have to give it a string for where we're going. So this is going to be a navigation string. So let's actually make this part of navigation. Because if we hand it the string, it can like return back what we want. So if we can have like a pub function, like create navigation screen from string. And so in this case, we want to take in like what the string is. So the string is a string, and we're going to return a navigation screens. Okay, so how do we want to deal with this? I think it would probably just be like a series of if statements. For right now, probably it's not too bad to do like a series of if statements. We could match this string. Let's actually have this be a stir. So we can match the string. Let's actually rename this to like navigation stir. Then here we can do things like, where's our screens? Go over and to the right. So just take you in here, throw you here. So in this case, we want this one at a time. It's gonna be a navigation screens title, navigation screens, level select, navigation screens, settings, credits. And then this is going to be anything else is navigation screens. Now I know that's like not optimal to use like just hard-coded strings like this, but I can come back in here and refactor this to be better later if necessary. All right, so what we need to do here is navigate to, like, figure out where we are from this string. So we have our navigate to. This is going to be the, well, which means we need to have navigation passed in. So we need navigation. There's going to be a reference to a navigation. Handle select. Therefore, we need navigation passed in here. Okay, so that makes all that happy. Then, where was I down here? Did it remove my thing? Send, navigate to, okay, navigate to. Oh, okay, that's what happened. This needs to be set up properly. So this is gonna be our navigation dot create navigation screen from a string. And so we have our string, which is this wrapped navigate string. So I want to like, essentially it's a, I don't know if I can do it like it's just a ref. I don't know if I can just do like a wrapped navigate string dot borrow you, which is a ref. I don't know if that works. No, because it's looking for a stir. So I can like dereference and then reference you, and I think that would work. Fun times. So that gives me this navigation screens, which then we can navigate to. Okay, so perfect. Back to you. You also need to pass in a reference to a navigation. You're happy. Okay, so subscribing to, this is going to be navigate to, navigation screens. It doesn't really matter. Then, okay, so matching the target. This is in the loader manager new. Okay, so we need to figure out what screen that we're on. So we have navigation coming in. There's going to be a reference to a navigation. We can get our current screen. So navigation, get current screen. That gives us that. And then this is, we can match. Oh, wait. That's different. This is the loader, right? So we're actually navigating to target. Match target is a navigation screens. Okay. And then all of those. Hold on. I just need to do this differently. I don't actually need to pull that in. Okay, so in title, I'm going to do self.title screen dot load and pass in the world and context. Level select, I don't think I have that. Select level, load. I do have that. Settings, I believe we have that too. Credits, I don't think we have. And unknown, I don't think we have. Okay, so don't have you. Then this is in loaders for the title screen. So, right. So like when where we're navigating to for this is going to be, okay, so we need to strum that so we can toString it. So we need to go to screens. Strum macros, toString, and just add that in here too. So that way we can set our navigation to, this is going to be our navigation, screens, this is play. Okay, so play is going to go into level select, toString. This is settings. And credits. Hey, no more errors. Does that mean we can run it? And like everything works? No? Not at all? Cool, okay, so nothing got loaded there. I think that's because we're listening for the event to even load. Which is, I guess that's the problem, is we're listening to the event to actually like load. In this loaders here. But I'm thinking, couldn't we just like have for new, we could have like a setup very similar to the new, and it just like loads everything up, because all we would need is the world and context. So pub function, maybe like set up. And we're just going to say self.title screen .load. And do that. So we just need to call setup somewhere. So in our main library, in setup, we could then down here use self dot the loader manager setup and pass in new reference to self.world and the context. So if I do that, we're back here to working again, and I can go up and down. We can go to play. Can't go back anymore. I'm gonna go back in the other ones. No, okay. So we sort of like went, we made it cleaner and easier, but also like removed a little bit of our let's take care of these warnings. Make sure that they're not causing problems. So let's see. Not using you. And we're not using you. This is for the settings input handler. Now, so send back event, we're getting this like current screen. What's our current? I wonder what our current screen is. If we're popping it off. Oh, I bet it's unknown. I bet it's unknown because I don't think we're listening for the event when we navigate, which then adds something on. So I think that's what our problem is. So if we go to navigation, we need an update so we can listen to the navigation events. And then I don't think we care about anything else necessarily. We're going to turn a result. We're listening to these events so we can then update our history. So while let event equals self dot direct v. Okay, that gives us an event in here. We could then, okay, so if let, this is going to be the navigating to is the only one we're caring about. Event navigating to, navigation screen equals event. Okay, so if we grab you out of there, then we want to push this navigation screens into history. So self.history push the navigation screen. So if I do that, now I think we should be getting the right event. So go to play. No, not exactly. I want to see title screens. It's this screen. This is the level select screen. Send back event. Let's go ahead and debug this. What are we getting back? Does pop come out the end or the beginning? I think it comes off the end, right? Okay, so level select, hit back. Oh, you didn't even get triggered by that. So send back event. East or selected. I tried to hit both those. Hit button didn't happen. We're in level select, okay. So then in mod for input handler. So if we're in a current screens, so we need to make sure that we're in here. So debug current screen. We're in the title screen now. Oh, so it thinks we're in a title screen when we're really in the select level screen. We're gonna have to fix that, obviously. So I am going to have to do that next time though, because it is getting to 8:30 or so. I do have to get to work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a note in here for myself. So this is gonna be essentially work in progress. What are we doing here? We are, maybe I shouldn't call it work in progress. Let's adding history to navigation. Currently have a bug where navigation isn't aware. Is it because I didn't run update? Is that all? Like, is it just because in update we never run self.navigation.update? Yeah, that was it. Okay. Oh, and credit doesn't go anywhere. Which is actually fine for right now. Okay, so never mind, that bug is fixed. Just running the thing is good. Okay, so adding history to navigation, which means this issue is done. Look at those mini fly. I know they're beautiful, aren't they? So we added history to navigation. I can push this up and let the test start running on those. Oh, you know what? The test won't like them because we have these warnings. Let's just finish these really quickly and then we'll do a raid. If anybody has like somebody who wants to raid, let me know right now. All right, so event sender for main state, we're not, so main state isn't using any event senders, so I'm just gonna not grab that. So sender and you, okay, so we're not storing you away and we're not using you. Okay, so save that. Good to go there. What are you upset about? Unnecessary closure used to substitute value for option none. Oh wait, isn't there an or? Use unwrap or instead. And then just give it the default like that. Is that it? Yeah, okay. Cool. And then it's just navigations is totally a word. Okay, so then you're all happy. Everything is good. Let's go ahead and fixed warnings. You know what the other thing? I think that this fixed quiet sound. There we go. We fixed that other bug too, by accident here, which is perfect. So basically, this we can do a pull request in to here. Let's see, interactive. Here's my start a pull request. Okay, so this is fixes number 5 and I think that it wasn't even in this one. I think it's oh, 11. Fixes number 5 and number 11 all at the same time. So I'll just create that pull request, and I'll deal with that later after it like does all the tests and everything else. So that will be good. So you're all grand. I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the YouTube video at this time. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.